Let's see here. Hello! I believe we are live. I'm just sending out a quick little thingy to let everyone know. Hey everybody, I'm live on YouTube right now for the next hour. If you want to come by, hang out, ask questions, you can swipe up right here, and I hope to see you there. Cool. Now let me get a little swipe up link for people. Let me see. Copy link. Paste the link. All right. And we should be good to go here. All right. So if anyone has any questions or anything like that, I'm just here to chat. I've got a sale going on my ebooks right now. Let me see if I can actually link that real quick. Let me drop a link over to YouTube. Looks like we got Mike here. What's up, Mike? And Ken says hello from Chicago. Hey, Ken, good to see you. John, hey, John, how have you been since row 20 ended? Man, it's good to hear from you. Hopefully you're doing well. Whoopsies. Right now, cool, guys. Does the audio sound okay? Hopefully it sounds all right. Barry, what's up? Good evening to you too. Neil says hi from the UK. Well, hey, Neil, what's up? What is up? Let me get you guys a link here. If you're interested, you can check out my ebooks for sale. They are 30% off right now until the end of the evening. Barry says, Barry getting right into it. And Brian getting right into it too. Concept 2 versus water rower. For the money, Concept 2. The only drawback with Concept 2, the only drawback that's ever happened with Concept 2 is that it's loud. Like that's really the only drawback. Everything else is pretty much superior to the water rower. Guys, I'm gonna see if I can change my, my hat seems to be disappearing real quick. Let me see if I can get my green screen to be a little bit more generous here. I think that's a little bit better. Let's go with that. My hair might look a little blue, but are we good? Let me see if I can adjust my camera angle a little bit. Maybe I can adjust my camera down. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, look! Now I'm in the screen all the way. You guys can see my cool new birthday necklace. Ooh, which actually I think is actually being keyed out because of my green screen, which is blue, which is a blue screen. So, Concept 2 versus Hydro. Now that's a good question. Now, I've been a really big fan of the Hydro. Look how bad that background is, you guys. It's a really low quality image. Yikes. I should have, let me see if I can make this image a little bit more clear. Not as pixelated. Maybe I can just shrink it down a bit. There we go. It's a little bit better. I've been really liking the Hydro a lot. I use it to coach on all the time because I just really enjoy it. I like the sound of it. It's a lot quieter than the Concept 2. I like the feel of it as well. The electromagnetic resistance, like I don't know what they did that made it so special, but it feels really good, really smooth. I really, really like it a lot. And the prizes that you win for getting all your distance and stuff, it's got a really nice like UI that shows you your progress, how many days you've been rowing for. You know, you row for 60 days. And they make a donation to water.org, so there's a lot of like really good charitable work going on there. There's just a lot of really compelling like community components and just like modernizations of the Hydro that I really, really like. It is just expensive. It's twice as much. It's more than twice as much as the Concept 2. And you have the subscription as well. So it's tricky. Hey, looks like Tech Guy's hopping into the Twitch chat. What's up, Tech Guy? Good to see you safe and sound from Texas. I'm so glad to hear that. I know Texas has been a little crazy over there. I'm glad to hear you've been doing well. R2G2 from over on Twitch says, I love mine too. Talk about the Hydro, yeah? You think you'll stick with it over Aviron or Aviron? I got in trouble for saying it wrong the other day. Aviron. So far, from my, I still have quite a bit of experimenting to do with the Aviron because I've got it right now. I've been playing around with it. Initial thoughts so far, I would definitely say Hydro is above of Aviron right now, as far as like just currently from what I've experienced. But stay tuned for my full review on that, which should come out probably about a week or so from now. So, yes. Risky Frisky says, what's up, man? Hey, you know, not much. I had my birthday was on Tuesday, for those that don't know. So I recently had my birthday. I turned 27. I was born in February 16th, 1994. So I had my 27th birthday, now officially moving into my late 20s. And I ate a bunch of junk food and didn't really eat any, like I just went out and got a lot of food and things like that for my birthday. It was fun. Got some vegan donuts, some vegan ice cream. Made some vegan chicken nuggets, got Chipotle, vegan cupcakes. It was quite a bit. It was really good. I don't ever eat like that, so that was really, really fun. So yeah. Let's see what else here. Just Karen says, hi from New Jersey. Well, hello, Just Karen. I have an app called Just Row, and I like that your name is Just Karen. It's great. Steve says, hello from a pile of snow. Steve, how you doing, man? How you doing? You hanging in there? Getting in your rowing still, I hope? Ken says, just bought an Ergatta. I have to wait 6 weeks, though. Ken, you're going to really like the Ergatta platform. Ergatta is awesome. The thing, yeah, I wish Ergatta was able to be done on a Hydro or a Concept 2. And that's only just because I just don't necessarily prefer how the water rower stroke feels. As far as, you know, the stroke drive feels good, but on water rowers, you don't really get that natural kind of pull back up to the front end, which is, you know, you do get that when you're actually rowing in a boat on the water, just due to the gravity and weight of your oar on the outside of your boat. And I think machines like Concept 2, especially when they're new, and the Hydro, you get a little bit of a pull up, like a pull back up, which helps make your stroke feel more, allows you to just row better, especially when you start to fatigue. And on water rowers, like the feet are just so close together. I don't know why they do this. I don't know why they're not deciding to change that yet. I mean, I'm sure they've seen my videos on this, but it's just the simple biomechanics. Like it's an old school thing, because in boats and rowing shells, they still do this a lot. Companies like Hudson that make boats are starting to modernize it a little bit more. Like they make wider foot plates now. But the super old school style of rowing is like having the feet super close together, super high up. And so while they mimicked that, it's just not very user-friendly, especially to those that are overweight. And when you're overweight and you're trying to row, like you need some room to get a full range of motion, and it kind of scrunches you all up there. And Concept 2 especially does the best job of this. It's got a really nice discrepancy between the feet level and the seat height, allowing you to more comfortably get a front-forward angle, which just feels so much better. And the Hydro does a nice job of it too. The Hydro actually has the foot plates that are wider than on the Concept 2, so it gives another bonus there as well. I just wish it just, the machine itself was a little bit more like comfortable to sit on, I guess. It's my least favorite as far as like from a comfort level, but the Ergatta platform itself, best in the game so far. Like as far as like the quality and the calibration that they use, like you're gonna love it. You're really gonna like it a lot. John says, anything new to report on the Hydro? Will Concept 2 be adding the interactive video? Nothing new on the Hydro side of things as far as what I've seen, other than the fact that they're putting up a lot more non-rowing related stuff on the platform, which is cool, like a lot more flexibility, mobility, like foam rolling, things like that, which is really cool to see that they're expanding a little bit more. As far as Concept 2 adding interactive video, I have no idea, no clue. Whoa, is that my tattoo that's like being like edged out or screened out on the green screen? That's kind of creepy. That's kind of weird, huh? If I turn sideways, does it completely take it out? It's a little bit laggy on my end, but let me see actually. No, it looks okay on my end. I don't know. R2G2 over on Twitch says, I had to return my Ergatta because it squeezed my junk too much. I love the games though. Hope the games come to Hydro. Yeah, R2G2, like that's the thing, right? Like if there's one thing that I've realized from all these different rowing companies right now is like everyone's got good things, but it's not all together in one package yet. And it's like that's so frustrating because it's almost there. It's just not all there, you know? So let me see here. Back on YouTube, Richie says, how's life been? It's been all right. It's been okay. Been dealing with a few personal things, not gonna lie. that I feel like have been, kind of maybe holding me back a little bit. Not holding me back, but like, I'm just dealing with a couple things. But that's what everyone deals with things, All I know is that I wake up every day very grateful to be in the position that I am in, where I get to coach individuals and get to make videos and do what I do. Very, very truly thankful for that. So, so thanks for asking, Risky Frisky. Appreciate it. JT9000 says, peace. What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday. Mrs. Liferette. Hi, because of your videos, I'm rowing to help lose weight. I haven't weighed myself, but I feel stronger, and your videos have been such great motivation. Thank you. Hey, you're so welcome. I'm glad you think the videos are helpful, and I wish you the best on your journey. If you haven't checked out my app yet, that's the best place to get follow-along workouts from me. I've got a few here on YouTube, but I put a lot of time and effort into that app. I put out 3 workouts a week there. And there's literally over 70 different rowing workouts on there right now. They're all in structured 4-week blocks. That's where you can find more rowing stuff from me. And my ebooks too, those are now on sale right now, so you can check those out too. But of course, all the free content on YouTube too is hopefully helpful. So thanks for your support though. Keep up the good work. Ken says, I was leaning towards Hydro or Ergatta and ended up with the Ergatta. Yeah, Ken, you're not going to be disappointed. Like, the thing is, it's the difference between Hydro and Ergatta, you guys, is you just need to understand, like, what do you want out of your rowing machine? Like, if you're going to go for the high-end machines, what do you want out of it? Do you want a training platform that's going to really, like, push you through numbers and metrics and analytics and games? Then you want to go Ergatta. If you like fitness classes, if you off the top of your head can name, like, your favorite fitness coach that you like to take classes from, then you're going to like the coaching style that's done on Hydro. But it's a lot more limited as far as the metrics and being able to really track your progress. It's more of follow along style stuff. So that all just comes down to what your preference is. That's why they're both good, but they're both good at their own things. All right. Let's see here. Barry says, is the subscription required on the Hydro? It is. It is required, and it's the same on the Ergatta as well. One thing I also find a little bit annoying with these software-based platforms is that you have to have Wi-Fi. And so let's say you're in the Texas snowstorm, no Wi-Fi, no internet, you can't even use your rower because it's going to say, can't connect to Wi-Fi, so I'm not going to go to the menu or anything like that. A little frustrating for sure. Steve says, I love my Hydro. Yeah, man, it's great. I'm almost to a million meters on that thing. I think I'm at like 890,000 right now. I just do all my coaching and all my workouts that I film like on the Hydro because it's really good to allow me to be able to speak and talk about, talk while rowing without like the loudness of the concept too. And it's very comfortable to row on. I just like that machine a whole lot. I really do. Mona says, I'm new to rowing. Should the handle be hard to pull or light? I'm having trouble gaining consistency in my stroke. I'm short at 5'4". Is that a disadvantage? Okay, so a couple things to break down there, Mona. First off, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for leaving a comment. It means a lot. Should the handle be hard to pull or light? So when we talk about pulling, we only pull the handle at the end of the rowing stroke. Remember, when you first initiate your rowing stroke, that's a push. So we push with our legs, swing back, and pull the arms. And that pull at the end should honestly be the lightest part of the stroke because the rowing stroke is an acceleration. It starts off heavy with the legs, you swing to peak power through the hip swing, and then the arms come in to finish. Now, depending on your rowing machine, if you are someone that if you bought a cheap magnetic rowing machine, the Sunny Magnetic Fitness and Health, I think things like the Xterra, there's a lot of like cheap low-end machines out there. Magnetic resistance with rowing, not electromagnetic, that Hydro uses, that's different, but just like magnetic plates, it's weird. It's like, it's just strange feeling. I don't know how to describe it, but you can make it so that like, yeah, the pull at the very end feels heavy and slow. It's just not very it's not very rowing-like. That's why you're almost always best off with water resistance or air resistance. As like you can at least guarantee that it's going to feel more like a natural stroke. So the heaviness of the rowing stroke should be at the front end, but the rowing stroke is also only as heavy as you make it. So if you're pushing back lightly, you're not going to feel resistance, but if you push back hard, you're going to feel resistance. That's if you're on air, water, or electromagnetic. actual magnetic resistance, it's like the opposite for some reason. Like if you go light and easy, it feels really heavy, but then if you go hard, you like rip through the resistance. You guys know my pet peeves on this. I've gotten so much backlash over the last few months of like, everyone thinks that I'm trying to advocate for like these really expensive machines. It's like, no, I'm just trying to tell you, like, you need a machine that actually feels like the rowing stroke. If you want to follow real rowing advice, you need a machine that feels like the rowing stroke. But Mona, hope that helps. And and at 5'4", yeah, you're at a disadvantage as far as like being competitive, because I mean, we're just talking about competitions in rowing. There's heavyweights and there's lightweights. For women's lightweight, it's 130 or under, and if you're over 130, you want to be as heavy as possible, as tall as possible, as strong as possible to compete as a heavyweight. And as far as height goes, taller people with equal fitness levels, like you take someone who's short, someone who's tall, equal fitness levels, taller person will always pure powerly outbeat the smaller person. You put those people on boats on the water, however, the taller person weighs more, so they have to pull their weight. And that's why you'll often find in rowing, when you're trying to be competitive, you know, there's often weight-adjusted scores that are based off of body weight, because taller people, while they have the pure physical advantage to row more power output, they weigh more, so it's your power to weight ratio. Height is preferred in rowing, especially when it comes to the rowing machine. Less so when rowing in boats on the water. Hope that helps. NR says, hey, Austin from the UK. Well, hello. Thanks for all your rowing guides and content. You got my wife and I into rowing. We bought a Concept 2 during the pandemic to stay fit, and your videos are great to follow. Hey, well, thanks, NR. I'm glad you and your wife are doing well with your Concept 2. I'm glad you guys were able to snag one, and thank you for your support as well. The Ananda Element says, yes, vegan donuts. Oh my God, it was a churro twist donut. It was so good. Oh man, amazing. JT9000 says, happy birthday, man. Enjoy your 20s. The years fly by after 30. I'm sure they do. They already feel like they're flying by. The fact that I'm now 5 years out of college, that doesn't feel like it was that long ago. So yeah, I can totally understand that, and I appreciate the birthday wishes, though. Thank you. Not so good at trolling says, cool necklace. Hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, I got it as a birthday present. Now I feel like a surfer, bro. I really like it, though. Let's see, any info or comments for the Water Rower digital apps via Bluetooth accessory. So I need to look into these a little bit more. I've had quite a few clients or members of my coaching group that use things like the Smart Row tech that goes with Water Rower, and I've heard mixed things about it. It's really something that I would need to explore further to give like real solid opinions on, but it seems to be better than the standard monitors that the Water Rower comes with. That monitor is just so basic. Even the S1, like the nice one, is just such a basic monitor. It's criminal. So I need to look into that more. Thanks for asking, though. I will try to look into that more and get some videos out on it. Dell says, what happens to all the rowing machines not being used? Do they need oiling up? Dell, that's a good question. So every time, like with all my rowing machines that I have here, you know, I've got the Ergatta, for instance, the Water Rower, like that doesn't need, the water needs purification every like 6 to 8 months. But other than that, it can just sit there. Concept 2, I'm pretty sure, every time I've broken out the Concept 2, it rows exactly how it did when I last used it. So I think it's the oiling of the Concept 2 especially really comes from like its usage, I think. Don't quote me on that though, I'm not specifically sure, but so far I haven't had any issues. And then the other rowing machines that I have are magnetic resistance, and so those don't need any oiling or anything like that. So yes, thanks for asking that, Del, though. I appreciate it. Grace says, make some 15-minute erg row along videos. Grace, I have like dozens of them. They're on my app, Just Row. Literally dozens. So check those out. Deb says, we are thankful for you and your videos. Hey, thanks, Deb. Miss you. Hope you're doing well. Sandra says, hi from Canada, currently. Hi, hello. Hello from Sacramento, California. Deb says, love the app. Good. I'm so glad. Rod says, any thoughts on Maffetone training for building base aerobic capacity? I have not looked into that. I'm not really sure. But anything that's going to keep you at low stroke rates for high volume is going to be really good at increasing aerobic capacity. You look at all the top rower guys that put in, tens of thousands of meters in every single day. Those guys are spending most of their time low stroke rate, moderate heart rate, and just putting in lots of distance. So I'll have to look into that a little bit more, but Rod, I'm not entirely sure. And Rod, if that sounds like something to use if you're maybe training for an event. I don't know if you're training for a specific something, but with that, you definitely did want to get more serious with the style of training that you use for sure. Mike says, Just Row is great. Anyone doubting its usefulness, just give it a shot. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Thanks. There's a lot of money and time that goes into that app, and hearing things like that really means a lot. I'm glad you enjoy it, so thank you. Tall Rowman, thanks very much for the YouTube vids. Hey, you're very welcome. I'm glad you like the rowing vids. Sandra says, hi, I just started rowing in December and I'm loving it. I'm 58 years old, female. I've been getting bad calluses on my hands. What do you suggest? So Sandra, calluses are great to have. They're freaking awesome for just to develop to help you not get blisters when you row. And they're also great for things like weightlifting. Like you want to be able to develop that hardness at the base of your fingers and at the top, the first kind of layer of your fingers as well. It's just good to have whenever you're doing any sort of resistance training or anything like that. If it really bugs you, then you can get gloves, but I don't recommend it. I recommend developing the calluses. I think they're badass. I think they're cool, especially on women. Will Zwift ever, I'm going to get you meant Zwift, yeah? Will Zwift ever come to Concept 2? Good question, actually. I'm not sure. I hope it does. That would be really cool, and I would love to do some videos on that. Zwift is such a cool thing, especially for the cyclists out there. Like, I just think it's such a great training tool. It would be awesome to see it come to Concept 2, or to any rowing machine, really. Sandra says, happy birthday. Maybe you would like to meet my daughter who is your age. That's funny. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing my own thing right now, Sandra. I appreciate that, though. But, I mean, I don't mind meeting a new friend, absolutely. Word up, Norm, please don't disparage inexpensive rowers. Some of us can't afford the pricey gear. No, 100%. Well, Norm, all I'm doing is being honest. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, if you can make something work, then great. But my goal is to help everyone understand that when it comes to achieving fitness goals, there's always a lot of hype initially, right? Like, okay, I'm going to get a rowing machine, or I'm going to get something, and I'm going to do it, and it's going to help me get to my goals. And I just think a lot of these less expensive rowers tend to have so many different limitations to them that it can hold us back from the commitment that we need to see the results long term. Just like if you were going to the gym to lift weights to progress yourself, you would want to know the weights that you're using and be able to progress those weights as you go along. Big problem with a lot of the more inexpensive rowers is that the monitors that are on them, they don't show you the metrics that you need to progress yourself and move forward, or to keep you engaged enough to really stick out the months and months and months that it takes to see your results with rowing. So I'm not trying to say that it can't be done. I'm just saying that it becomes a lot more challenging. And especially, I've just worked with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients now at this point. And the biggest issue everyone tends to have is sticking with it. Like, just no one can, like, a lot of people struggle to just stick with it. And I think a lot of these inexpensive machines really, really create the desire to not be consistent with your rowing, which is absolutely necessary. So I'm just trying to keep it straight up. And if I'm going to be 100% honest, I really do think that if you need to, like, instead of spending $400 on a cheap rower, I say, yes, you need to save that extra $500 and get a Concept 2. Like, I will always, like, if you want a budget-friendly rower, in my opinion, is always going to be Concept 2, because it's, as far as, like, the quality you get, it's going to last you the rest of your life, and that's what you need to consider, too. Like, if you want to use rowing for fitness, you're going to use it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years and years and years. I mean, think of all the thousands of days you're going to get out of that Concept 2 that's never going to break on you. That's extremely budget-friendly. It's just more about saving up for that commitment. And there's lots of things that you can do in between while you kind of save up for a good rower. Those are just my thoughts, Norm. I'm not trying to bash anyone. I hope you understand that. And I hope you can see the angle that I'm coming from. Deb says, my neighbor just bought a Concept 2 because I have one and showed her your videos. She likes the workouts, and I'm going to join Row 20 in April if you're doing it, and she might join too. Deb, I'm actually absolutely doing Row 20 through April. I'm doing Row 20 every single month. Also, there's 62 of you watching. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Yeah, Row 20 in my coaching program, like I'm running that every month. There's no stopping that train because it's so much fun. And it's the best way to improve your rowing. And it's the only kind of like, I don't know about any other experience out there that's like that. So I'm really happy to be able to provide that. So Karen, hey Karen, so good to see you. Happy belated birthday. I always find my quads really burn when I'm rowing. Often before my lungs start feeling it. Is this normal? Karen, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that just shows that that means your cardiovascular capacity is just very, very high. But your quads, your legs, your hips, hamstrings, like all that should be burning. That's how you know you're using the right muscle groups. Super Morse says, I've been making your smoothie. Pretty nice. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, the smoothie is great, especially for if you need to put in a lot of calories into one smoothie. Abso-freaking-lutely. That's done. Yummy. A little chocolate peanut butter right there. Chris says, how do you display the ebook? Do you pay for it and the link is emailed to me, or do I need a certain platform to read it on? No, so it's just emailed to you as a PDF download. So, Chris, you just pick it up, you can download it, and you can save it to your phone or your computer. You can share it with your friends if you want to. Like, you know, it's just a PDF file. So, however you want to do that, and if you, I believe it comes with a download link that expires after a certain amount of time. And if you forget to download it, just shoot me an email. Say, hey, I forgot to download it within the expired time, and I'll just send it to you. So, I have no problem with that at all. So that's how that works. Super Morse says, have you felt any pressure on your lower back since being tall and rowing? You know, I dealt with some lower back issues when I was rowing in college. That was actually before I really really honed in on my rowing technique, which is what I've done over these last few years of coaching, making videos, etc. My rowing technique's the best it's ever been. And that's been through a lot of self-discovery, really trying to understand the biomechanics of rowing. I don't have any back pain from rowing anymore. I used to, but back pain and rowing can absolutely be avoided. So Marin says, you qualify on a Concept 2? What do you mean qualify? Not sure what you mean by that. I've used a Concept 2 most of my rowing career. I've done lots of stuff on a Concept 2. I can share my scores if you want to hear those. Just let me know. Supermore says, I'm 6'3" and apprehensive on rowing on extra low back pressure from sitting in that position. So it's all about how you sit on that, Morse. It's a big common issue a lot of people have is if you're not thinking about sitting forward on your sit bones, you're gonna have back issues. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you're sitting and your butt is tucked underneath you and your back is rounded, yeah, you're gonna hurt your back. But if you're in a forward sitting position with a neutral spine, you're not gonna hurt your back. So there's that. There's that. Let's hear. Ken says, I know the games will be awesome, and if I wanted to follow along, I still can. Totally, Ken. Totally. You're gonna love it, man. Emily says, hello, with your Just Row platform, is it available on a laptop or just a phone or tablet? So we'd be able to do the follow-along workouts from behind, so we feel like we're sitting behind you in a boat. Oh, interesting. So, okay, so Emily, so it's a web platform, but also available on the App Store. And the apps are essentially just like a copy-paste of what you would get on the web platform. So you can load it up onto a web browser from your phone, tablet, laptop, whatever you want. And it's essentially like how you would see my follow-along YouTube videos that you've probably seen here on YouTube, where you're just watching me from the side, and it's got, you know, showing you what we're doing right now, the stroke rate to be at, the time durations, things like that, and I'm coaching you through. So that's how it's set up as far as the workouts go. But yeah, you can access that from your laptop or from anywhere you can get on a web browser. You can probably I think you can even cast it to your TV if you're accessing it through the web. So. Marin Kappa says 10K a day at 90%, 10K a day, 90% at 60% maximum heart rate, and 10% at 90% maximum heart rate. Yeah, that sounds like some training right there. That sounds good. Big James says, Chad, Jim Carrey. That's hella funny. Yeah, I guess I am giving off some Chad vibes, huh, with the necklace. Marin says, GF is a rower and it hurts. As in your girlfriend, like she is a rowing machine or she is an actual rowing athlete. That's pretty funny. Steve says, hey, I got those minimalist shoes you suggested. I love them. Good, Steve. Yeah, everyone, we got to get out of those big, squishy, supportive shoes. It's time to start developing our foot muscles by getting those feet connected to the ground. No support shoes is something I'm always going to advocate for. Tia Maria says, I hope to receive my City Row Go rower next week, and I plan to sign up for your March class. Awesome. Yes. What should I do to prepare for your rowing class? Happy belated birthday. Well, Tia Maria, thank you so much for your birthday wishes, and I'm really excited to have you in class. There's nothing you need to do to prepare other than make sure your rowing machine is set up and you've got a good internet connection to access a live stream. Like, that's literally all you need. And I literally guide you through everything. Everything. So if you can get some workouts in under your belt beforehand, cool. But I've had people that join my coaching program that have, like, their literal first time sitting on their rower was day one of the program. Like, you can do all that. I literally hold your hand through everything. So, and I'm very curious to see how you like your City Row Go rower, because what's nice about that water rower is that it's on a single rail rather than two rails like a traditional water rower. So I believe the foot plates are a little bit wider, which is cool. That's genius. That's the kind of steps that water rower needs to take more often. Yeah, so Tia, if you sign up on my website, I'll be reaching out to you for more details starting on Sunday, because my current coaching group, we actually have our final day, our 20th day, tomorrow morning. Really excited for that group. Oh my gosh, it's always such a great way to culminate the experience. So you just stay on the lookout and make sure you've signed up on my website under the Row 20 page. So hope to talk to you soon. Kitsman says, appreciate the honesty and thoughts after your videos. I decided on the hydro. I think it works best for me. Hopefully we'll get it soon. Kits, you sound very confident, and yeah, I think it is the best for you, especially if you like fitness classes. I think you're going to really, really love it. So we got some more viewers here in the Twitch chat. I haven't popped over there in a second. Zelda says, hey, long time. I have not seen you. I know, Zelda. It's been forever. It's been forever since I've hopped on. I've been very busy with stuff. I've been dealing with some stuff, busy with some stuff. I'm trying to Twitch stream some Valheim here soon, like real soon, like maybe even tomorrow, question mark. But I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. Some Goner says, is the audio out of sync for everyone or just me? Yikes. It probably is slightly out of sync. I've noticed that before on the Twitch streams too. Boo. Basket Case, subscribed with Prime. Another subscription for 4 months in a row. Basket Case, thank you so much, man. And for how little I stream, seriously, that means so much. Thank you for the sub. Basket Case, thoughts on the kettlebell workouts? I'm looking to get 1 or 2. Kettlebells are super versatile, you guys. If we're talking about budget pieces of equipment, instead of buying a budget rower that's like, not a good quality rower, get some kettlebells or a set of dumbbells even, because there's so much you can do with kettlebells and dumbbells that are going to be so beneficial for your fitness. There's some really great kettlebell YouTubers and Instagrammers out there that have great follow-along workouts, lots of free stuff to do. Basket Case, I think you'd seriously like it. You should invest in a couple. I would invest into some heavier ones, like a moderately heavy one, maybe like a 30-pounder, and then a heavier one, like 50 or 60 pounder. So you can get some big ones. Those are usually the most effective ones. Trevor, what's up, man? Random question from Greta. How do you feel when people hit on you during Instagram stories? Oh, that's really funny. So I actually don't get hit on very much on my Instagram stories. With the 30,000, 33,000, or 34,000 followers that I have, I don't get hit on a lot. So I don't. And I usually just say, oh, thank you, you're very sweet, if they say something nice. That's literally it. But it doesn't happen as often as you would think it might. So there's that. Thanks for the questions, though, guys, for those of you over on Twitch. Okay, let's see here. Continuing over onto the YouTube comments, Yimin says, love your videos. I wonder how often do you do weight training, like deadlifts and squats? How much do they improve your performance? So, Yimin, that's a great question. That's actually primarily what I do now. I don't row competitively anymore, and I do so much rowing for my app, for YouTube, for my coaching groups. That gets me all the cardiovascular work that I need. I mean, most days I'm rowing close to 10,000 meters a day when it comes to combining everything that I do as far as, using rowing as part of my career. And so I actually do weight training most days a week. I follow with 3 days on, 1 day off. So I focus a lot on, I do a very kind of classical push-pull legs. So focusing 1 day on the pushing muscles. So things like the chest, the shoulders, the triceps, things like bench presses and incline presses as the big movements or dips. And then the pulling days, which are working the back and the biceps, focusing a lot on things like pull-ups and bent over rows, and then legs routines that focus things on squats, lunges, deadlifts, etc. I do 3 days on doing those things, take a day off, and then do another 3 days with the same focus, but with different exercises, different rep ranges. And then what I'll do is I'll take those 2 sets, 3 on, 1 off, 3 on, 1 off, repeat those same workouts for like 4 to 7 or 8 weeks, depending on how my body feels. And every week I'm adding weight to those exercises, or adding reps, or adding some sort of more volume to that. And that's been my current routine as I try to fill out my frame a little bit more as far as from a muscular standpoint. Because that's the thing when you're exercising, like it's this balance of like cardiovascular endurance and musculature, like they kind of go back and forth. And because I'm not training for any sort of race or anything like that, I can focus a little bit more on the physique side of things. And so that's why my workouts are very, very heavily weight training related, which is making my body, it's really fun for me to get stronger. I really like that feeling, especially after rowing for so many years, focusing on, performance metrics. Getting stronger from deadlifts and squats, things like that, can definitely can help you with certain rowing things, like even like 500 meter rows, even up to like 1,000 meter rows. But when we're talking like 2,000 meter rows, 10Ks, 5Ks, half marathons, weight training is going to have less of an impact. You would want to focus more on conditioning training that keeps your core safe and keeps your core strong, rather than like getting bigger, stronger muscles. Those don't really help for endurance style activities. So really, really good question there. Thank you for asking. I'm going to open up the window real quick. It's hot. Oh. El Monty says, I want to say thank you for all your videos. I started rowing over a month ago and use your row along videos at least 4 times a week. Hey, thanks so much, Monty. That's great. I'm really glad that you're having some success with rowing. Glad it's been fun for you so far. And all I got to say to you is keep up the good work and keep trying to be consistent with it. I've got lots of resources on my website too if you're looking for more from me, but keep up the good work, my friend. John Parks has been longtime lurker, sent a message through Twitch, but then realized that you might be answering questions only through YouTube. Thank you for your hard work, and I really appreciate the YouTube videos. I am trying to do that. I think I got to all the Twitch questions. I think so. Stedanti says, so let me see. He says, Stedani on Twitch says, you're the best. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm just a guy. But I appreciate that. Charles says, ditto on Just Row platform in April. Yes. Oh, loud cars outside. Some cool guys out there. Emily says, Emily again, from London, England. Non-rowing question. Do you think there's any fitness merit in hula hooping? Random, I know, but I was thinking of adding it to my schedule. I think I would say hula hooping is more of a general skill rather than like a fitness skill. It's technically moving, and you're definitely going to feel, your obliques working, especially if you're doing it for an extended period of time. But as far as like the total body movement and like calorie burn aspect of it, it's definitely going to be on the lower end. I would consider it a fitness skill, but not, and if you enjoy it, like it gets you on your feet, that's much better than sitting. I say go for it. Like I would put it almost in the same context as something like, maybe like, I don't know. I'm thinking like even like yo-yoing. I feel like is like you get movement going on, which is good. Like movement is better than being stationary always. So, I don't think hula hooping is going to necessarily improve any other aspects of your fitness really, but there's no reason why you shouldn't do it, especially if you like it. So go for it. That's just my personal opinion. Pure Sorna says, I'm new to rowing. What's the best way to get started? So you should check out my video that I posted last month called Rowing in 2021, How to Get Started. It's got some great great tips in there. But really it comes down to making sure that you've got your machine, that you understand the basic form, that you understand the metrics of your rowing monitor, and then following some sort of workout plan or follow along videos or things of that nature. I've got lots of rowing ebooks on my website. They're on sale right now. I'm just going to go ahead and link the link. They're already at the sale price if you want to check it out. I've got my app where you can simply follow along with me. It's called Just Row, and it's a great way to get started because you just row. You just sit on and you just row with me in progressive workout blocks. So those are some things to help you out. Hope that helps. Zach says, your videos are so informative and really help me understand what I'm doing on my concept too. Good, man. I'm glad. It helps me feel more confident in the way I never got sitting in a gym trying to figure it out. Well, Zach, that's kudos to you, my friend, because that's you taking the initiative to learn and get better. Because too many people have egos that are so high they don't even want to take the time to learn a new skill or really, take the time to develop what it means to do something really properly. So kudos to you, man. Keep up the good work. Inferno says, for row 20, what position is best camera angle? 90 degrees side or more from the front side angle? Are you talking about for like filming? Because the thing is, when I'm with the row 20 for the live videos, I have to do the lives in a vertical camera angle, and so I kind of go at like a 45-degree angle that gets some lengthwise, but also like allows me to fit in the frame all the way. If you're talking about for form reviews, you would want, which I offer on my website on separately as well. You would want a landscape view right from the side of your body specifically. So, okay, Examiner says, transitioning from power walker to jogger. So this is an Orange Theory goer. Listening to your advice to jog the push, power walk the base. Yep, good stuff. But folks at OTF and posters on Reddit say jog the base, power walk the push. What gives? They're wrong. They're wrong. They're misinformed. They're so focused on splat points and numbers that they're not actually considering what an actual base pace is, which is an active recovery pace. Base pace is active recovery. Push is challenging and uncomfortable. You flip-flop that, sure, your heart rate's going to be higher, but you're not going to improve as much, in my opinion, and you're not getting the benefits of interval training, in my opinion. So just because someone's honestly, like, even if someone's an Orange Theory coach, I don't necessarily would say that gives them all the credit in the world to say certain things. Like, Orange Theory does the best they can to hire coaches that actually know what they're talking about, but I know a lot of bad coaches and that don't know what they're talking about, that go off of BS advice. So, and Redditors too, you can't listen to Redditors. You just can't. Like, you can't. I hope you can trust me enough to know that you're doing the right thing and keep at it. Josh says, just getting started, to be honest, and you're super insightful. I'm a thin guy, 5'11", not looking to get super bulky, but want to stay fit, a little self-conscious, to be honest, wearing the tight shorts. Yeah, totally, Josh. I used to be self-conscious about those shorts as well until I filled out my frame a little bit more. You don't have to wear the tight shorts, but if you're doing something like rowing, try not to have like the baggiest shorts in the whole wide world. You want those shorts to have a little bit of compression to them just because it'll help your seat not get caught in the slide. But I'm glad that the videos can be insightful for you. Even doing something like rowing is going to help add a little bit of size to your frame, but resistance training is definitely going to be the best way to do that. And you can do that completely with calisthenics-based training. You don't even need resistance. You don't even need weights or anything like that, resistance bands. You can do it all with your body weight and see some pretty substantial results. I've got a few videos on this on my channel. Check those out. But Josh, keep up the good work, man. Mona says, I'm rowing on a concept 2 and enjoy your helpful videos. How do you suggest using the data from my rowing sessions to progress as a beginner? So Mona, in my opinion, you can do a few different things. You can repeat the same workouts and aim for faster split times or farther distance or whatever you're doing for your workouts. I'm not sure how you have them structured, but my ebooks are perfect for that because I lay out a full plan with lots of variety in the workouts, and they're designed to kind of build off of each other for you to utilize your numbers, set yourself goals, etc. And same with my app too. So other than that, like if you're just doing your own workouts, you should be trying to improve your split per 500s very slightly, 1 or 2 split seconds each time, or increase the number of intervals or increase the time duration. Those are the main factors that you can really manipulate. So give those things a try. Craig says, watch many of your videos, help me out tremendously. Good, Craig, I'm glad. I have reached a good level of fitness. Approximately how many times per week is generally needed to maintain? So Craig, that's a little bit of a subjective question. There's no real objectivity to that. I'm not really sure how old you are, how tall you are, what your body weight is, what your BMI is. I'm not sure what a good level of fitness means. There's just too little information there. And I don't know what your goals are necessarily. Like, are you trying to maintain body weight? Because you can do that without any exercise. Are you training for a competition or anything like that? So there's too much subjectivity and not enough info there. Generally, I say people should row 3 times a week, though. That's what I do for my app, 3 times per week. Jose says, at what times are your live streams for your 20-day rowing program? Are they recorded in case a follower can't make it at the time? Jose, abso-freaking-lutely, man. So when people sign up for my coaching program, usually only about 30 to 40% of those that sign up can actually make the live stream, which is at 7 a.m. Pacific time. All the workouts, all the everything is saved to our group page and can be accessed anytime, anywhere, forever. So literally, even if you missed all 20 days and you're like, oh, I had to go on vacation for a month, you came back, you could literally still just go through all of them, work through the live sessions, and if you finish it and you want to do it again, you can go back and do the same live sessions again. Like, you have access to that forever. So yes, of course. Brian, whoopsies. Brian says, do you have a program for training to row a marathon? I've gotten up to 10K meters and looking to row a marathon by the end of the year. Thanks, I really like yoke content. I'm assuming your content. So I don't have a specific training plan for that, but you would want to go about it similar to how you would train for a like a running marathon, where you would just want to be adding on mileage each week as the most strategic way to build up to it. That way you can get a good solid goal for yourself to row a marathon at. So that's my best advice for you there. That's an idea I think I should do for an ebook in the future. So Brian, good luck to you, man. Just keep increasing your mileage each week. Zach says, I got more serious about, there we go. Got more serious about rowing. Grip is tough. My first instinct was to death grip. Ooh, yeah, don't do that. That didn't work. Grip tips. There's a proper grip. Mainly use 4 fingers. How much work, I lost my thing. How much work should your thumb be doing? So thumb should be underneath the handle. Your grip so the handle should be resting at the base of where your fingers and your palm meet. So right there. Your finger should be curled over it so it doesn't slip out of your hands. But we want to think about, if you were to hang from a bar overhead, like if you were just dead hanging for like a minute, how would you hang from the bar? That's how you want to hang from the rowing handle. Hope that makes sense. We got a donation here, actually. That is from Sheila, from Cookie Baker. Just finished a Just Row workout. So fun. Oh, well, I'm so glad, Sheila. And thank you for the donation. That is so, so sweet of you. Really means a lot. And I'm glad that the app's been going well for you. Miss you. Row 20 misses you. I hope you're doing well. So Zach, hope that helps you out with the grip tips, though, man. Hope that helps. Let me see here. So Gwyneth says, how much focus on the force curve is necessary? I've been frustrating myself not getting a peak curve. A video showing techniques and reviews of the curve would be huge. Gwyneth, I have a full video on force curve. Full video on it. Type in training tall force curve. You'll see it'll be the first thing that pops up. Got a whole video talking about why the certain peaks look the way they do, how to achieve a good peak. But the gist of it is that the peak force is generated as the body swings from the lean forward to the lean back position. So your legs initiate, your hips accelerate, and then the arms finish in. Check that out. Look up training tall force curve. Click the first video in the YouTube search bar. You'll see it, and I think it's really, really insightful. It's one of my favorite videos that I've made ever, and one of the least watched for some reason. I don't know. Go figure. Weeble says, love your videos. Hey, thanks so much, Weeble. I love your support. Thank you. Once upon a time, that's funny, would it be nuts to make a Concept 2 from scratch from a repair manual and Concept 2 parts on eBay? False economy, another nuts question. Would it be possible to make a rowing machine Pilates reformer hybrid? I'm not quite sure about the second part. As far as the first part goes, I don't see why you couldn't create a Concept 2 from scratch. I don't know. The only thing is, like, I'm not sure. You would need to make sure that you can connect the monitor, right? You would want to make sure that the monitor has connection and can read kind of the force and everything that you're generating while you're rowing, because the monitor is what makes the Concept 2 amazing. Like, that's one of the main factors of it. So, but I guess anything's possible. I'm no engineer. I need to talk to an engineer though, because I think I mentioned this in one of my live streams before. I've got a new idea I was talking about making a new rowing seat, but I've decided what would be more efficient and better to do is make a new seat pad to help people sit forward more when they row. And so essentially creating like a wedge, like instead of a seat pad that's flat, like a wedge pad that has a slight angle. So it literally like props you slightly forward. So that way it protects your lower back more. I need to talk to an engineer and figure out how to make that and like produce it and stuff. I think it'd be really cool. No one steal my idea, okay? Jiminy says, what is the best rower to row naked on? My guess is the water rower. Jiminy, what kind of question is that? No, not the water rower. That would hurt. Probably your best bet would be Concept 2. That'd probably be the least nut crushing. If you're actually serious about rowing naked on a rowing machine. Yeah, go for the Concept 2. Har says, how do you fix your posture and back issues as a tall man? Har, strength training is really, really helpful for that. Developing your posterior end muscles, constantly reminding yourself whenever you pass through a mirror or some sort of reflection to just stand up straight. Those are the main things. And then other than that, it's a constant struggle, man. Every day I still have posture problems. So I've done a few videos, though, on some posture things, how to fix your posture, some exercises to do as well. You should look for those. I also have a whole workout video on my Just Row app about posture training. So it's a follow-along posture training workout video. Chris says, can I reach your physique with rowing machine and other gym machines without free weights? I tend to have more injuries when working out with free weights. Chris, if you're getting injuries from free weights, that's most likely form and technical issues. Something I would really... Oh, real quick. We got a couple more donations here. That's from Zach. Yes, hanging from the bar analogy was exactly what I needed to hear. Thanks for the answer. You're welcome, Zach. Thanks for the donation, man. Really appreciate it. And Roger, just getting into rowing, how do I get more force in my rowing? I'm going to go back to the previous question first. Roger, I'm going to get to you in just a second here, man. We're talking about doing gym machines? Yeah, you can. I would say so. You can still develop a lot of strength, a lot of musculature from gym machines, but free weights really are the best way to get full body development. Definitely something that I would recommend that you do. And just work on getting proper form. Watch some. There's lots of great weightlifting form technique videos that are out there. Definitely check those out. Okay, gonna jump over here to Roger real quick. How do I get more force in my rowing? So Roger, that's the key word there, man. It's force. And rowing is, the main gist of rowing is being able to find this balance, this control of being able to jump back and drive back hard, like boom, push back. But then as soon as you finish your stroke, to boom, shut off and control your return. So it's this idea of force control. And building that discipline is really, really challenging. But if you get good form and you think of yourself as kind of flipping on and off like a light switch, you can make that happen. If you really want to get serious about it, you should submit in your form to me for form review. I offer form reviews on my website. We can have some correspondence. I can give you visual and audio reviews, draw arrows and angles all over your form to help you out. We can get serious about it. So Mona says, thanks for answering my questions. Been so helpful. I bought your ebook too. Mona, thank you so much for getting the ebook and for the donation too. You guys are so awesome. These are like really great like post-birthday presents too. So thank you so much. And I'm glad that the advice can be a little bit helpful. All right, let's see here. We got a few more questions. I got to head out super soon though, but let's keep on rolling here. Andrew says, I just got 113 on my 500-meter row yesterday, PR on my benchmark. Andrew, that's great, man. Working into the low teens. That is freaking tough, man. It's going to get harder and harder to keep breaking that, but congrats to you. Well done. Quinna says, all rowers are equally great to be naked on. It's best to put a little TP on the seat to avoid skid marks. You guys are crazy. But yes, I guess that's a good piece of advice. Or just wipe your butt better. Oarboard says, love what you're doing and how you're educating people to be better rowers. We're wondering if you have ever heard of the oarboard. No, I have not. I would love to, oarboard. That sounds really interesting. I'm going to look that up. Or if you guys can reach out to me, maybe through Instagram DMs or email. Oarboard just sounds really interesting. Very curious to learn more about it. So please hit me up. Lauren says, do you have any advice on rowing often and gaining weight? It is as simple as just eating enough to make up for calories burned after rowing. Rowing often and gaining weight, as in you're trying to gain weight with rowing. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, is you want to be eating more calories than you're burning from your rowing. Rowing's going to burn a lot of calories compared to other forms of exercise, so managing that is important. But that's what I'm working on right now as far as like with my weight training and the rowing that I do, is offsetting the calories that I burn from rowing and the weight training with more food. Gwen says, the seat pad idea is smart. I found on Amazon that is a wedge with 2 holes for the sit bones, but it's too wide. Oh, interesting. I guess I'm not surprised that somebody already made that. I need to take a look at that, Gwyneth. Thanks for sharing that, though. Craig says, hey, the seat idea would be great. Thank you, but it sounds like it's already been done. Oh, boy. Tom says, I just got here. Is this a sex master class? What are you talking about? Roger says, I will check that out. Thanks. No worries. Brian, thanks so much for answering my question. It means a lot. Take care. Of course, Brian. Thank you for your support, my friend. Really appreciate it here. Wow, and it looks like we caught up to all the questions, you guys. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you guys for all of the super chat donations. It means a lot. And for all the questions and things like that too. Guys, I'm gonna head out. I've got some clients I'm working with outdoors this evening, so I'm gonna be heading out to that session soon. But want to take some time again to say thank you for all of your support. I've got a new YouTube video dropping tomorrow, okay, on a really, really important rowing topic. A real good technique video that's new, fresh. You probably haven't heard it been talked to about before. I really think you're gonna like it. So stay on the lookout for that. Looks like Examiner 98, real quick. I'm going to answer this just out of curiosity. What do you do with all the rowers you test out? Looks like you've kept the Hydro, but all the other rowers loaners. No, I actually have all those to keep as well. With the Ergatta, especially it being software-based, as it comes out with new updates, new games, etc., I am there to talk about it and share that information, share my honest thoughts about it. But yeah, they just kind of sit around. Concept 2, since that breaks apart easy, it's always great to have on hand whenever I want to do any traveling or film some outdoor workouts or anything like that. So it's always nice to have that around. The other rowers, yeah, they just kind of sit up in my film room. I live in a 2-bedroom by myself, with the master bedroom being the film room and rower room. So it's a little bit of a goofy lifestyle. My bed is in my dining room. My second bedroom is this room where I do my editing and filming and things like that. So Austin, try Hollow Fit VR rowing. I do need to try that out. You're not the first one to suggest that. I really do need to check that out, and I will. So, all right, you guys. Hey, thanks so much. Again, appreciate your support. Hey, my ebooks are on sale until the end of the evening. So check that out if you're interested. Thanks again for all your support. Be on the lookout for a YouTube video tomorrow. You guys all rock. You guys have a great rest of your evening, great rest of your Friday.